Hi everyone, and today let's have a look at whether DENT can make its way to 10 cents again before Q2 2019. There's roughly around 41 days left for end of Q2. So let's have a look at what's the price today at CoinMarketCap. So you can see it's right now settling very nicely around the 79, 70, 75 ranks on CMC. Let's have a look at what it's on shows on CoinGecko, which is another website like CoinMarketCap, which gives very good analysis about different cryptocurrencies. So that shows around 73 on CoinGecko. So the $1 million question is whether DENT can make its way to 10 cents again. And if so, I would really ask what are the questions, what are the reasons that favor 10 cents for DENT during the next bull run. Remember, we are officially on the bull run now with Bitcoin around $8,000 range. So uh, the previous bull run, DENT didn't have any users on their app. It was just a pure speculation with no product and no user. But right now the situation is pretty different. Right now, DENT has roughly 15.7 million users on their app, and the app has voice calling features to many countries. And DENT tries to integrate the telcos and are constantly in talks with leading networks like SoftBank, KDDI Japan, Sunway China, and other Korean telco operators as well. It's now constantly staying at um, around 75 on CMC ranking. Now DENT is officially in the radar of all the pump and dump groups. They are just waiting to get in. Reason why I'm saying is um, all those coins above DENT has been hovering above 100 rank on CMC for years now. So now it has got into well around 70th rank in a week ago. So it's officially getting a very good impression on most of the leading uh, coin analysis websites, cryptocurrency analysis websites. And before heading that, and I'm making a further analysis, I would actually compare the actions and their excitement that they show on the Twitter, and I want to make a comparison on what they are doing, what their actions are towards the roadmap, whether they are in alignment with what they have on the roadmap. So I would ask this question definitely on any business. So if I look at Dent and I have the roadmap that they have as a vision till 2020 next year, and whatever they are doing towards the goals, they are making a public announcement on their Twitter channel. So I would like to compare their actions on the Twitter with the roadmap they have, so that we get a good idea of whether Dent is positioned in doing what they are promising. So if you look at their Twitter tweets, so they are in talk with Unilever for more than a year. So they are trying to launch a retail campaign through which most of the Unilever products, they are going to have a QR code or something of that sort within their products. So consumers buying Unilever products, they have a incentive of getting free mobile data. So that's one thing going on. And they are in talk with Sunway China. So they are trying to explore B2B opportunity with China Mobile. China Mobile is the biggest mobile network in China with 931 million subscribers. That's a big difference. Even getting an appointment for talking with China Mobile is pretty difficult unless you have a solid business in operation. And Andy, who is our mobile lead, he has been in talk with SoftBank for some technical possibility of eSIM with Dent. And you can see again they are in talk with DigiAsia in Jakarta in Indonesia. DigiAsia is the biggest e-wallet provider. So basically, they have their own payment gateways in Indonesia, and they have their own app called Caspro. So they are trying to get in talks with Indonesian e-wallet providers as well. So Andy is also in talk with KDDI, which is the next biggest mobile provider in Tokyo, in Japan. And Dent is also in constantly in talk with exchanges. And the interesting thing is they have started conversations with handset manufacturers as well, like Samsung and big players in the handset manufacturing. And the latest suite, this is an interesting one. So Dent Offer Wall 2.0. So they are trying to launch a Offer Wall 2.0 to constantly engage the users with advertisers. So they are pretty. This is a Q3 roadmap, and they are trying to launch that in Q2 itself. That is a big sign that what they are doing is perfectly in perfect alignment with what their Twitter tweets are. So the Dent roadmap and their actions on Twitter are perfectly in alignment with each other. So Dent is planning to get into the eSIM market as well. They are in talk with big telco companies like KDDI, SoftBank, Sunway China, and lots of new features are coming into the app as well. The another interesting thing that I want to highlight here is Dent is actually planning to be a sponsor and supporter for Olympics 2010. So if you look at the roadmap for Q2 2020, Dent is planning to offer eSIM for roaming in 50 countries, and Dent eSIM and top up to travelers in Tokyo for the 2020 Olympics. They are officially starting the talks with the provider of Japanese telco operators a year ahead before itself. That is a good sign that how keen they are in what they promise to deliver. And if you look at another roadmap item is the launch of voice telephony in India using the Dent apps. We all know that Indian population is huge. If you take, for example, Reliance Jio, they have 400 million subscribers, and if Dent could get a deal with Reliance Jio towards their 2020 launch, that would be a big hit on their roadmap. And they are trying to offer eSIM in 30 countries as well for Q1 2020. That is a big market they are targeting. So let's do a quick price analysis before we wind up the session for today. So right now we all know that the mobile data market is roughly worth around 1 trillion per annum. Let's make a very conservative evaluation. What if just 0.1% of telcos $1 trillion business comes to Dent, which is probably roughly around $1 billion. So if the market cap has to stay at $1 billion, Dent price could easily be around 0.14 cents, 0.014 cents, which is roughly 1.5 cents. So based on 100 billion supply, even if all the 100 billion has to go into the supply, still you will be having 1 cent return. That is pretty good return compared to what the price is. And let's have a look if the market cap goes to $10 billion, which is quite possible at the moment because we are officially in the bull run now, and Bitcoin is around $8,000. So let's make another evaluation here, a very generous one. This is not a price prediction, just a mathematical figure showing what if 1% of telcos $1 trillion business comes to Dent, which is roughly 10 billion USD. So based on the current 69.2 billion token supply, Dent's price could be roughly around 14 cents. And based on 100 billion supply, even if the full supply has to go, you will still get 10 cents very easily. So that's the reason I say the next bull run could definitely get Dent to 10 cents very easily. Even if all the 100 billion tokens has to come to supply, that will not stop Dent from hitting its 10 cents again